Hi guys. So today we're going to be animating in Pivot Animator. I'm going to just show you how I animate, the regular. So we're going to start with this guy. He's going to be over here and we'll just pick an average pose for him like this. And for this I'm not going to make a fight. I'm just going to make like him throwing a rock really fast. And it's something new that I have never done before. And so that's going to be our first frame. Then we want to have him standing still for a little bit. So let's add a few frames. By the way, I animate at like 14 frames per second, and I'm definitely not very good at this. Not at all. So this is just basically an average animating for me. Okay, so now we want this guy to be bending down to pick up a rock. So we're going to have this and this. I'm going to make this one bend a little. And there we go. And then we'll do that again. A little bit farther this time. There we go. Except we want this a little bit farther down so that last leg actually meets the point. Yeah, there we go. Stretch that out a little bit. Make the body bend over a little. There we go. Sorry. Make the body bend over a little bit. Here we are. Make this arm come forwards a little bit, so like that. Make this arm bend a little bit more. This head can face this way. There we go. Let's see how it looks so far. Looks pretty good for only 2 frames of animation. I check that quite often. It's like something that you need to do every frame, but there we go. Next, I'm gonna make him bend down some more. We're gonna have him bend that knee and then this knee. There we go. Gonna make this a little bit like that. This does look a little bit off balance, so I might go back and change this, because this does not look like it'll be lifelike. So, like this. Have the arms. Oh, the arms were together on the last frame, so we want them together on this frame. Here we go. This leg, I think I'm going to push out a little bit more. Like that. Then these arms, I think I'm going to have them just a bit over this leg. Like that. Let's see how that looks now. I think it looks pretty good. Might want to add some in-betweens there because it doesn't look very smooth right now. Like this. Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot better. After this frame, we're just going to add another one of these bending down frames. I think this is the farthest down we're going to get the legs, so now we're just going to do the rest of the body, and maybe reposition the legs to make it a little bit more lifelike. So we got him looking at the ground, ready to pick up the rock. Let's see if we need to add another in-between. It looks like it. It looks like he's falling over, so let's add 2 on this frame. See, slowly glides into that. There we go. In-betweens are extremely useful. I don't usually use them this much, but for simple actions like bending down to pick up a rock, they're very useful. For action and fight scenes, I wouldn't recommend putting in-betweens. I'd rather just having the impact. So, like this. Oh wait, hold on. Let me undo that real quick. So like this. Let's have it bend a little bit more, like that. Come on, snipping tool. Just like this. Then let's have this bend a little bit. Doesn't look very balanced right now, so we'll have the leg actually out here a little. Looks a little bit like he's tying his shoe. That's good. Make this bend a little bit less. And then, there we go. Let's see how this looks. See that last frame, it's a little bit less smooth there. It seems like it jerks into position. So we're gonna, to fix that, I think we're just gonna add an in between because it's not, that doesn't look smooth at all. See this leg, it jerks out when during the rest of the animation it's been sliding along the same point, except for this frame, of course. We want to keep it on the same point here and make it maybe rest on the knee, like this. Then bend the body over a little bit, like that. Then we want to make sure this leg over here stays at a pretty good pace from these last two frames. So like this. Of course, I feel like this needs to be on the ground. There we go. And let's have these bend a little. So we got him picking up the rock. Ooh, that looks like he's just going to lay on the ground. We want him squatting above the ground. So instead of that, I guess we'll just do this. Maybe bend this leg forward a little bit, like that. Just like, actually I think this might be our last frame with, yeah, so let's just delete this. It's fine to delete things as long as it looks good. Here we go. Let's see how that looks now. That looks a lot better. You see that? Looks a lot better than just having it slide a little bit forward. You gotta know when to stop your motions, which I clearly don't know. Also, I'm sorry if the mic quality is bad. I don't really have a loud mic. So now we're gonna have him bend over one more time, and then we're gonna materialize a rock into his hand. First we want to ease into this position. Like that. One frame of that should be good. Let's see. Yes, exactly like that. Except we might want an in-between here, I think. Yeah, just like that. Maybe that's a little bit too fast. Maybe one here too. Yep, like that. That's really good. Actually, I might want this head movement down a bit, like that. Then want him at the ground for a little bit, just for a few frames. So he stays there, and then now we make the rock. So we're just going to take this ordinary little stickman guy, we're going to delete all of his parts, and then we're just going to be left with this, which I'm going to do this, make it a bit of an irregular rock. Then we'll add it to the animation. I usually do it like this, name it something random, and then there's our rock. We'll put it right here so it seems as if it's coming out of the ground. Make it gray. And then have him pull it out of the ground with the right arm, which is this arm. So we're going to have this, this, this. There we go. We're going to make it seem like he's pulling out of the ground with a bit of strength, using his legs and everything. So like this, then like that. Looks good. And then keeps pulling. Just pull it out of the ground, like that. I'm not sure about this leg. We could either move it like this or move it like this. But it looks like in this situation this would be better. There we go. Make sure the direction he's pulling it from remains the same, so slightly curved towards the origin point. Actually, I'm not sure if that would... Yeah, that's not good. Gotta... Instead of this, this would be good for like rope if you want it to go towards the origins point. Make it like this if you want the hands to remain steady, I think. Like that. And pull it out. Just realized we're not making his back move at all. Kind of got to do that. Like this. That should be a good movement. There we go. Of course, that's rising a little bit, so we might have some in-betweens there. In-betweens with two objects, though, it kind of messes it up, so doubt that. Got this, then pull it out. You see, that happens a little fast, so yeah, we're definitely going to have some in-betweens there. Like that. There we go. But it does seem as if the rock's a little bit heavy. We want it to seem light, so instead of this, maybe we're going to have it with one arm. Maybe? No. Be too much work to go back. If you want to avoid making things look heavy, I'm not really sure how to do that, but maybe don't put all of the character's strength into it like I did here. Then we'll make it like this. We're gonna make him throw it like a pitcher, even though I've never even seen a pitcher throw, I don't think. Seen it like once or twice. Should be good enough. Pick up this rock all the way. Hopefully this looks good right now. Oh yeah, and if you use in-betweens for like normal scenes, you'll probably have to use in-betweens for all the other normal scenes you do because it'll just feel off to not do it with it or too fast. You gotta never mind. So after that frame, we go up a little bit more, then like this, and then I think here we're gonna have his arms like this, and then gonna do this, this, this to just get him in a normal standing position, like this, and this maybe? Yeah, that. Then eventually we're going to drag this leg back to its normal position, or maybe drag this leg back. Never mind, we're just going to straighten the stick man up a little bit. So like that, then like that. That's a bit fast. Need some more in-betweens there. Right there, and right there, one in between. So like that, and like this. Of course, I feel like this one into this frame is a bit fast, so two in-betweens there. And maybe between this frame is a bit fast for one in between. So we're going to add another there, like that. And if you look here a little bit, you can see that the rock does slightly adjust as we go up. That's what in-betweens mess up when you're trying to move two objects with them. So here we have him in almost normal position. We're just going to ease him back into the regular position. Of course, I'm a complete amateur. Don't trust any word I say. Then, as his hands move, we're going to have this move as well. Like that. Then we're going to straighten these legs out. Because you don't want to straighten the legs out on the next frame because it looks very unnatural. So like that. Want to make sure this leg stays in the same point. Unless you want it pushing up a little bit, then I guess you can add it. There we go. That looks very nice so far. Of course, the last frame is a bit fast, so we're going to add another in between there. Maybe two, depending on how this looks. Yeah, one seems fine. Then we're going to have him look up one more time. Then we're going to have him let go with this arm, and then shift his arm like this. There we go. We're not going to make him throw it just yet. What I planned on doing is having him throw it up into the air like he's flexing, and then have him throw it like a pitcher or whatever. I don't really know. So we've got the rock in his hands. There we go. We're gonna have this here as if he's trying to balance himself, although I have I have no clue if that's something people actually do. So we're gonna do this, then this. Oh, that's a bit sudden. That's a bit sudden. We might want to ease into that a bit more. Make a few frames here, then have those few frames convert into him tossing the rock. So like this, we'll add it here, here in the middle, then have this arm drop back a little bit, and then drop back a little bit more, like that. Except that might be a bit too much, because if you ease them into a bit much, it adds this weird sliding effect that looks really strange. So we're just gonna have it around that much. Hope that looks good. So you can't see it there. I managed to lessen it out enough. Actually, maybe we'll have his arm slide back all the way to the other side. So instead of slowly easing it out at this frame, we're going to have it right here, and then right here. And then on the next frame, we'll have it fully out. Of course, we want to do this some more. Want to make it slow. Seems as if he's doing it leisurely. Then we'll ease this arm out a little bit, like that. That looks a little bit too slow. With in-betweens, everything just looks really bad. That's why I really don't work with in-betweens much. This is usually this is one of my first times actually using them. I'm going to ease out a little bit more. Like that. This. No, we can't do that. We already did that a few frames ago. So here, just like here, so you can show the arm separating from the body. Then let's increase the pace of the... No, don't want to increase the pace of this anymore. Just want it to go at the same pace, even though that can look a bit unnatural. Also, the rock at the same angle looks a little bit unnatural too. So we're gonna twist that rock a little bit, like here. There we go. Also, I'm gonna ease his head into position on whatever frame that was. This frame. So we're gonna have him lean back a little bit here. Ooh, what on earth? What caused that problem? Here, here, here. Oh, I see. I eased it a bit too much. Where was that? Oh, here, I think. There, there, there. That does look a bit bad, but I've never animated like this before. Let's make this a little bit more. Or go a little bit farther. Oh yeah, so now I see where I'm going with this. I don't always see where I'm going with this. I just come up with ideas on the spot. We're going to have him toss the rock like this. We're going to have him toss the rock. move into it fast, and then we're gonna ease his arm like this, ease the rock up, and then back down, and then have him catch the rock like this, and then he'll put his hands together, and I'm not really sure how to do throwing. I think we're gonna do this, and then have him throw. Not sure how to do that though, so let's just delete this frame real quick. Then let's do all that. So we do this, and then at this point I want him to let go, so on next frame we'll have him ease his arm like that. Then he'll have to be looking at the rock, so as it goes up, we'll make it a little spinny. I'm not really sure how to do spinnies either. Never really done any of this. This is all new to me. So like that. Maybe we'll make it separate on the last frame because like this. Yeah, like that. That looks a little bit worse. So we want this to go a little bit farther. Since I'm animating on low frame rate, I think that's the problem. Want it to seem like it's going faster. Then we'll have it stop up here, and then have him watching it some more. Then ease his arm one last time, and then ease this a little bit, turn it a little bit. There we go. Might have to have some in-betweens on that. I think that looks fine so far. Of course, fine for my level. Then we're going to twist this, have it return to this level. Then it's going to watch. Everything's already fine with Stickman, so we don't need to change it any, I don't think. Then have it fall. Twist it a little bit, keep that spin on. Then hit the hand, like this. And since I'm animating on low frame rate, we can just do this in the same frame. And then have him... I forgot to have him watching that. We'll have to go back and do that. See, like that? That looks pretty good so far. I'm just really worried about the throwing part. I have never animated throwing before, unless it's with swords. And we're gonna do this, watch it a little bit, then watch it a little bit, like that. There we go, that should have fixed up that. Then like that. There we go. And now the throwing. This might take a while, never really done it before. And I'm really not sure how to do this. Let's try... Sorry, I just modeled how to throw in real life. I'm so unsure. Let's see. Like that. So you... Okay. I think I got it. So we're going to have his hand pull up like this. And then like this again, because we don't need to animate anything else right now. Except for maybe this. No, everything should be fine. Except the head. I want to animate the head a little bit. But we'll do that on the other frames. Actually, we're going to do that before we get too far, so it won't be an inconvenience later. We can do this, then like this. There we go. Gonna pull this up a little bit, do it a little fast. Then a little trick for pivot animating, since you can't really brush over with that. We duplicate this. Hold on. We can just add the figure. Then we do this and this. So it looks like that's over there. Of course, it's going to be a little bit tricky to animate, but it's fine. That does look a little bit unnatural. So we might have the arm bend a little bit while it's moving. Like this, then like, actually that's a little bit too much. Like this, then like this, then like this, then like this, then like that. That does look like the arm is just floating over there, but that's fine. I've never uh, can't can't keep making that excuse. This gets boring. So, oops, just hit my shelf behind me trying to model this. I think we're gonna have him throw overhand, so we're gonna make him wait in this position a while, maybe ease into this a little bit. Like that. Of course, we don't actually need easing there. I'm just making an excuse. So we're going to have him do this for a little bit. Then, of course, that looks really bad. I'm not going to go back and change it, though, because I don't know what to do to it. And we don't have to have this anymore if... I guess you can if you want, but... I guess it'll look consistent. We don't have to have this anymore since it's in motion, and I like to get cheap while things are in motion. So we'll do this a little bit, I think. No, I don't think so. Let's undo that. So we'll have him lift it over his head, and then have him throw with his right arm. But, yeah, I guess so. I'll figure it out along the way. So I'll have him tense up a little bit, have him do this, have him bend this leg back a little bit. Almost forgot about the rest of the body, can't do that. Then grab all this, do like that, like this. We're doing this slow at first because we have to ease into getting him into motion, I think. I think. So like that, let's see how that looks. That looks fine so far. Might be a little bit too fast. Let's put an in-between there. Of course, an in-between might look even weirder with three objects. I think it looks pretty good so far, except for the arm raise. It's a bit strange. Also, I don't think him catching it has enough impact, so we're gonna have him lower his arm a little bit more. Wait, that's the wrong frame. No, it isn't. What's going on here? I don't know. What on earth is going on here? Hold on. Oh, never mind. Just not easing in enough. Like that. Then we'll, yeah, like that. Of course, that does look a little strange. Looks like it bounces in his hand a little bit. That's good. That's fine. Then we see him ease into the throwing animation. Gonna make him bend his arms a little bit because I have no clue what I'm doing. Make this a reality. Make this a happen. Make this a happen. Make the rock bend with the arm movements. Bend this a little back. Like that. Like that. Like this. What I really thought the fun part about this project would be is probably animating the little air waves, because last time I tried to do that, I messed up horribly. Like, utterly, utterly horribly. Just wanted to try again on that, really. Thought it would be fun to make a YouTube video of me animating it. So let's see how that looks. That looks good. I don't think we're gonna add any in-betweens there because we want this easing into the back charging up position go fast. I'm not really sure why. Maybe you just look good. Also, let's check the legs. Yep, this one's remaining at the same point. Might move it back a little bit because it's a bit inconsistent there. Yep, that looks fine. Let's see the whole animation. He picks up the rock, throws the rock, and leans back to throw. Looks good so far. And then let's have this go a little bit more. Let's bend the arms over his head like this. Of course, remain that arm a little bit longer than the other. That looks a bit strange. Might do this. Yeah, like that. Then bend this arm a little bit like this. No. Bend this arm a little bit farther like that. No, like this. Yeah, like that. Okay, that looks right. Then of course we gotta do the thing with the legs. Like that. Like that, right there. Maybe bend this leg a little bit, even though it wouldn't look good. Bend this a little bit, have that back arch. I've said too many strange things in this video. Next, we do this, this. Maybe have it like this, because not really sure. I guess we'll just do it like this. Then put the thing in place like that. There we go. Oh, by the way, I'm lining this up with the blue dot of the arm right here. So let's put that back. Okay, so it goes relatively fast there. I want an in-between here because this is the end of the animation. We're going to have him just over the back of the head and then throw. In-between. In-betweens might not look good here because there is an arch here, but this is relatively straight. See, like that. Actually, we're going to add two in-betweens here. I want it slowing down a bit more than that. Yeah, like that. Exactly like that. Except we want the head to keep on facing straight. Like that. Yes, yes, like that. That sounded like I was talking to myself, confirming that I was right. So we're going to make him charge a little bit. Unfortunately, I have made a video with like little shaking frames, but I cannot remember how to do them for the life of me. So we're just going to ease it back, ease it back. Ease it back like this. Of course, you want the distance of the arms to remain equal if you're doing really slow movements like this. I'm going to ease the legs back one more time so it doesn't look very sudden when it stops. Just like that. Oh, got to put that on the center point, the anchor point, I mean. Like here, here, yes, right there. And then put this on. Yeah, there we go. And of course the legs do make a big difference when adjusting it. So like that. We might want to make the body move back a little bit, just so that it eases a little bit more smoothly. Like that. Then we do this. This video is going on quite long. Looking at my second monitor, 33 minutes. We're almost finished. I think. Yeah, we're almost finished. Boop. There we go. Now let's do that. That is a bit fast still, so we're going to add some in-betweens on the last frames there. Let's say about 1, 2 in-betweens. See if that's enough. Yeah, just like that. And then we're going to have him stop for a little bit. We're going to ease it in one more time. Like this. And then there we go, I think. Of course, the head isn't straight anymore. I'll have to fix that. I don't think it's straight. It looks straight enough. There we go. So here's the full animation. I know you just saw it, but I didn't see it. Like that. Then ease it up. Ready to throw. We're going to have a few frames of him just standing here. Like exactly like that. And then we're going to do a throw. I'm not really sure how to do the throw, but we're just going to wing it. Gonna do this. Gonna go here at first. Gotta put the step in, so we're gonna adjust this a little bit. Put it like this. Make it a little bit slow because I want the character to be relatively slow compared to the rock. So you're gonna make this happen. Then we're gonna move down the lower arm, I think. Make it seem like he's only throwing with this arm. And of course, we gotta make this a little bit shorter, like here, so it looks like he's catapulting off. Oh yeah, like that. That looks good. That looks good so far, that pose. Of course, it is a little slow, I think. Yeah, that's a little bit slow. So, after this frame, we're going to do a big little thing. We're going to do a big little thing. And then we're going to do this. This is not the right frame. I do that all the time. Like, oh wait, he's throwing it like a football. I just realized. I do that all the time. It's a really bad problem. Sometimes I'd be making the most amazing frames, like on that 800 frame project that no one watched, and I just mess it all up. So we're going to do this. We're going to have his leg like that. That's a bit too much so far. We're going to do it like this, I think. Yeah, and then we're going to do bend his back a little bit, and then we're going to do gonna put this out a little bit. This. I'm not sure. Really not sure. Maybe bend this a little bit. Do this. This. This is a bit drastic, by the way. I can't explain what I'm doing. I just know that it might work. I'm gonna have him holding it until the very end, till he can rocket that thing off. Of course, gonna keep it in the most aerodynamic way possible. So he takes a big step, like that. Oh, that's a bit unnatural. Let's put in some in-betweens there and see what's unnatural. I've never done the strategy before. It might not work. Actually, that's fine. It looks pretty okay. Maybe a single in-between there. Like that. Yeah, like that. Actually, I think this leg needs to progress a little farther. This leg is just going a bit too slow, and so is this one. We're going to make him progress a little bit farther because this motion is a bit too much. There, like that. Right. Ooh, that looks very strange. I'm not sure why. I think it's because this arm is a little bit too in. We're going to pull that out a little bit like that. Of course, that doesn't look very good. I guess it's fine. Doesn't look very good in the frame, but might look good in the finished product, I'd say. Let's move this a little bit farther. Move the head down a little bit. Move this arm back, maybe. Just hoping I can pull this together and find something that works. Yeah, I'd say that works. Now we can get rid of the in-between because that is way too slow. Like that. Wham. Right there. Then we're going to finish the throwing animation on like this. We're going to have him fully like that because this is his all in. He's going all in for this throw. And it's going to break the sound barrier. I think. I'm not really sure what the air particles will be. Like that. Make that arm bend a little. Do this. Do that. Make it seem like he isn't looking because he's so confident or something. I don't know. Make it like that. This is usually the pose for all of my punches and barrages and my other stickman things. And then for the rock, we're going to have it like this. And we're going to make it a bit smaller because it's smudging under the, or under the whatever. And we're going to put a little ring of air here. And this ring of air is going to expand so quickly that's going to be out here. I'm doing that because low frame rate. I can't really afford to have any more. So we're going to shorten this down like that. There we go. This is going to be on for like 1 frame. Then it's going to exit like that. Maybe I'll just make it zoom out of the frame, long enough to zoom out of the frame, like this. And then now we got to add the air particles, which I do by not editing that one, by editing a figure. And we delete this, make this the main point, boop. Then delete this, this, and like this. Might add a bit more points to that, like split this in half or whatever. Or okay, just add another one. I don't know what many of these tools do. Then like this, like that. Yeah, sure, like that. That looks fine, I guess. That doesn't look fine, but we can add it anyway. It'll only be on the screen for 2 frames. Add to animation as wind. Then we'll make its transparency go down. That's not transparency. Then we'll make transparency go down because it's just a white background. We'll make here, and then on the next frame where this is gone and he has eased into the position, like this, and then make the body wave forward a little bit like that. Keep the arm straight because it looks like he gave it up because it looks like his power's all gone, I don't know. Then makes the size increase like that, like that. Of course that does look a little strange, so we're going to see how that looks on the next frame when we delete it. Yeah, that does look a little strange, so I think we're just going to make a big version of the little guy to put there instead. Not gonna lie, I thought I saw this looking... Oh, I've got an idea. But I don't think it'll work. I was thinking we could put lines of wind here, all around. Maybe put a few lines of wind here. Actually, I think we're going to do that. We'll copy and paste this, turn it black, then do this, like that. Then shorten it down a little bit, like that. And make it come off. Of course, I really don't do wind that much, so this might look utterly horrible. That does look utterly horrible, I think. We're gonna make each wind over here seem a little bit larger, as if these ones are fading, like that. Like this, copy and paste, like that. Watchow. See, that doesn't look very good, but that's because we haven't added the shock waves, I don't think. Let's make these a little smaller, I think. And a little bit farther. A little bit more scattered. Not really sure why I'm doing this, I'm just doing it. So after this, we need this one, and then we need to edit it. Oh, right, you can just stretch it. Hold on, let me try that. So we grab this, copy, paste, then we do up here, let me do like up there, maybe up here. Like this, like this, like this. That's a bit too short, like this. Maybe like that. Then here, and then here, and then here. There we go. Utter trash, not gonna lie. Like that. Shockwave doesn't disperse enough, so we're gonna do the transparency on this. Not the size, the transparency. Like that. Boom. And I don't think the shockwave goes enough, so we're gonna make this a little bit larger. Bam. Oh, pam. Oh, bam. Oh, right. Press control and hold the little things to stretch it out. I do that quite often. It's very helpful. Like here, I think, except make this symmetrical. There we go. Bam. That doesn't look very good, I don't think. I'm not sure how to make it good. Oh, I've got it. Maybe, shorten this thing up a little bit. Make it seem like it actually belongs to this. Like this, like this. And then make the center here. Wapam. 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 Guess it looks fine. It's not the best thing I've ever made. It's also not the worst. It's okay. And that's about it for this video. Thank you for watching to the end if you did. This is a 46-minute long video. No, 47-minute long video. Why did you watch all of this? The ending, the part that I was actually looking forward to animating was really bad, but all the others was pretty good. Subscribe if you enjoyed, I guess. I'm not really sure who would. And goodbye.